Alright, let's talk about Ripple, XRP, and Metaco, because there's a lot happening right now that you need to know. You ever wake up, check the crypto news, and suddenly banks are scrambling to figure out how to custody digital assets like they just realized crypto exists? So here's what's going on. Ripple's Metaco acquisition is making moves, and now some of the biggest banks in the world, HSBC, Citibank, and BBVA, are getting involved. They're looking into crypto custody, which basically means they want to hold and manage digital assets for their clients. And guess who's right in the middle of it? Ripple. Now this could be a game changer for XRP holders, or it could be another situation where the hype gets ahead of reality. Either way, we need to break this down. Because if banks are finally moving into crypto custody, this is something we can't ignore. So here's the big picture. Ripple is competing with Fireblocks, which is another huge player in crypto custody. Fireblocks isn't small time either. They've moved $6 trillion in transactions, $3 trillion in USDC alone. They're integrated with Stellar, Bitso, MoonPay, and 30 different exchanges. They've got over 250 million wallets. That's serious. But here's where it gets interesting. Ripple bought Metaco back in 2023, and now they're working with HSBC, one of the biggest banks on the planet. And HSBC isn't just testing the waters. They want to offer full-scale crypto custody services to institutional clients. They're looking into tokenized gold, tokenized securities, and basically building an entire infrastructure for digital assets. And they're doing it with Metaco. So the real question is, if HSBC is working with Ripple's custody solution, where does that leave the other banks? Because most banks don't want to build their own crypto custody solutions from scratch. It's expensive, it's complicated, and let's be honest, banks move slower than dial-up internet. So if one of the biggest players in the world is leaning on Ripple's Metaco for custody, what are the odds that other banks start following? It's not going to happen overnight, but this is the type of move that shifts the industry. Because the second banks start adopting this, more follow. It's like dominoes. And here's another big point, stablecoins. Whether you love them or hate them, stablecoins are officially the #1 thing banks care about in crypto. Forget Bitcoin, forget Ethereum. Banks are obsessed with stablecoins because they let them use blockchain technology without dealing with the volatility. And Ripple is sitting in a perfect position to capitalize on this. Ripple already operates one of the most regulated stablecoins on the planet today, RLUSD. They're pushing tokenization, which means turning real-world assets into blockchain-based assets. And now, with banks starting to test the waters, it's looking more and more like Ripple is positioning itself as the infrastructure layer for banks that want to move money digitally. So what does this mean for XRP? Well, short term, we just saw XRP flash a death cross on the hourly chart. That's usually a bearish signal. But if we zoom out to higher time frames, XRP is still technically bullish. The key level to watch right now is $1.90. If that level holds, we could see a strong move up. If it breaks, things could get ugly. And this is where things get tricky, because even though we're seeing more institutional involvement, the market is still emotional. If institutions confirm they're actually using Metaco in a meaningful way, we could see XRP skyrocket. If it turns into another wait-and-see situation, it could stay stuck for a while. But either way, long-term, this is one of the biggest institutional plays happening in crypto right now. So to wrap this up, Ripple's Metaco move is huge. Banks are clearly paying attention. Stablecoins and tokenization are becoming the biggest trends in banking. XRP could absolutely benefit from this, but only if adoption actually happens at scale. But what do you think? Are banks actually going to start using Ripple's custody solutions? Or is this just another round of hype? Is this bullish or bearish for XRP long term? And do you think stablecoins will end up being bigger than Bitcoin? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay ahead of the game with real crypto updates, fast, relevant news that actually matters, make sure you subscribe. And just so we're clear, this is not financial advice. Do your own research, make your own decisions, and never invest money you can't afford to lose.